About two children who reach an island in the Pacific Ocean and spend many years living on this island, and when both of them grow up, physical changes start coming in their bodies, due to which both of them start getting attracted towards each other. Now what are these two going to do next, and how do they get stuck on this island? To know this, stay till the end of the video. So let's start the story of the movie. There are two children. The boy's name is Richard and the girl's name is Emmeline. Both of them are cousins. Here Richard's father is also there. Along with them there is a cook whose name is Paddy, and he cooks food for everyone. Now suddenly a fire breaks out in the ship, and smoke spreads, due to which nothing was visible. She makes those children sit in a small boat and starts rescuing them from here. They spend the whole night on that board. Next morning, she sees that they have reached an island, so she wakes up Paddy. When he sees that island for the first time, he becomes very happy and starts taking his boat towards that island. When they reach that island, they come to know that everything that is needed to live is present on this island, like water to drink and plenty of food to eat. These people are very happy on this island because everything is easily available on this island. Many bottles of medical alcohol are available here, which makes them very happy. When Richard goes ahead, he finds a human skull, which he gives to Paddy. Now Richard understands that someone else has also come here apart from them, so he takes the children and goes somewhere else. Now it is night, and Paddy is sitting and drinking alcohol when he hears some sound from the other side of the island. When he goes and looks, he sees a mask on a stone. There is a piece of it, and there was a lot of blood on it, meaning someone had performed a sacrifice there. Seeing this, he first gets very scared and comes back to the children and starts explaining to them that they should never go to the other side of the island. But at first, he gets very worried, thinking that what could have happened on the other side. Now all three of them start having a lot of fun, but the first one had drunk too much alcohol, so he falls asleep early. Now the next morning comes, and the first one sees that his alcohol bottle is floating in the water. To catch it, he jumps into the water, but due to being drunk, he drowns in the water. Now in the morning, when the children wake up, they see that Paddy is not there. They start searching for him. Then they come to know that Paddy is on the other side of the island. The children take a boat and reach there, and they see that the tree is floating on the other side. The children get very scared, seeing that the tree has died because there was only one tree which used to take care of them, but now even that has died, and the children are all alone here now. Now it is night, and they are sitting and talking. Then Emmeline tells Richard that she does not want to live on this island, take her somewhere else. Now Richard starts going to another island with Emmeline. After going there, these people make a house for themselves, and they knew very well how to survive on an island, because Paddy taught them. Everything had been taught to these people. Many years had passed while living here, and both of them had grown up. Therefore, physical changes come in their bodies, and both of them start noticing each other, and both of them started having feelings for each other. But both of them were unaware of that feeling, because they did not know anything about this, because neither did they have any education which could help them know about this, nor did they have anyone to tell them. One day, when the family is not in the water, blood starts coming out of her body, seeing which she gets very scared, and she calls Richard, but later she comes to know that the blood was coming from her body, which means it was her first period. Now the result goes here, and the ambulance reaches the reason for her screaming. Then the ambulance tells her that nothing has happened, and she asks him to leave from here. But seeing a lot of blood in the water, he starts to find out from Ambience what has happened. He thinks that maybe Ambience has got hurt, and he asks to see Ambience's injury. But Ambience did not want to tell anything about it. So Richard gets angry at her that she has started hiding a lot of things from him, so he goes away from here. Now as time passed, both of them were getting attracted towards each other. One day Emino heard the sound of a drum being made. When she went to see, the sound was coming from the other island. So Emine went there and started looking. Then she came to know that there is a very big statue there, and blood was coming out of that statue. Seeing all this, Emine became very excited and ran to Result and started telling Result everything. Hearing this, Result gets angry at her because Pedinoni had forbidden both of them from going there, and made both of them swear that they would not go towards that embrace. But Amy went there and broke the oath, due to which Result gets angry at her. Now at night, when Amy sleeps, she gets a dream in which she sees that Richard is drowning in the water, and he has died. Seeing this, she gets very scared. Now Richard also comes here, and she tells Richard that she never wants to lose him. Saying this, she kisses him. Now feeling comes inside Result, and he tries to come close to her, but Emmeline does not like this, and she goes from there. Now it is morning, and Result starts going somewhere. Then Emmeline tries to stop him, but he is angry, does not listen to her, and goes from there. Now the family goes behind him to convince him. Then he is doing something behind a stone. Seeing this, the family was unable to understand what Result was doing. When they call out to him, Result gets angry at them. After this, Result sees a shape coming, so he runs towards a hill where he had collected some wood so that he could set it on fire and signal it, but he gets late in going, and the shape goes away from there. While Emmeline was also there. If she wanted, she could have set it on fire and signaled it, but she does not do so because Emmeline had now started liking living there. On this, Richard gets more angry with Emmeline. Now in anger, he makes a boat and puts that boat in water and starts leaving from here, but his boat sinks in water after going some distance and he falls. On this, Amy starts laughing at him. Now Richard comes back on, which Amy starts making fun of him. She tells him that she knows what he is doing behind the stone that day. On this, Richard gets angry and asks her, "Do you touch me?" Emmeline tells him that when I am without clothes, then you also look at me with gratitude. I know this very well. Now Result gets more angry and he goes inside the hut, where he takes out all the things of Emmeline and throws them out. He tells her that I have made this hut and you cannot live with me now. That is why Emmeline has to stay outside. When the rainy season comes, Emmeline gets left in a small cave. After this, we see that Emmeline goes to a statue with a ball. Actually, she started considering that statue as her idol. When Emmeline is coming back after playing with the ball, her foot falls on a poisonous fish, due to which she gets injured. Now Richard had not seen Emmeline for a long time, so Richard starts getting a feeling of Emmeline, and he goes to another island to see her. When he goes there and sees, Emmeline was very ill, so he asks Emmeline what happened to her. She tells him that her foot fell on a poisonous fish, due to which she has become ill. Now she asks Richard to take her to her god. Now Richard picks her up and takes her to that idol, and starts praying. He tells her that Emmeline will get well soon. Let it happen. Now after some time, Emmeline becomes completely fine, so Richard brings her with him and they start living together again. One day Richard and Emmeline are sitting and talking. Then they come close to each other, and they have a physical relationship on the beach. Now both of them understood that feeling for the first time, which was coming inside them for a long time, and they started enjoying this feeling many times a day, because they started enjoying it a lot. Now in this way they spend a lot of time on this island. One day Richard sees that Emmeline has no time at all. Then Richard asks Emmeline if she doesn't love everyone. Then she tells Emmeline that it's not like that. Actually, I am unwell, and I feel that maybe there is something in my stomach. Now she puts Result's hand on her stomach. Then there is some movement in her stomach. Now seeing this, Result tells her that why is your stomach getting filled by itself? Actually, Emmeline was pregnant, and both of them were unaware of this. One day Result goes to the other side of Iron, and there he sees that some tribal people were sacrificing a man. Seeing this, he gets very scared and runs towards the Ambience. But Ambience was screaming a lot due to stomach pain. Now the Result comes and starts helping her. Actually, the time for Ambience's delivery had come, and here she gives birth to a child. They are very happy to see that child and bring him to their hut. After the birth, that child starts crying. They think that maybe this child is hungry, so they start giving him food and water. But they did not know that this child does not need all these things but mother's milk. Now seeing the child crying, the family hugs him and he starts taking his food on his own. This child was a boy, and they name him Paddy because they used to miss their cook Paddy a lot. Now with this child, they started being very happy on Silent and used to love that child a lot. Now with this, somehow they spend a few years on this island, and the child also grows up a bit. Now Richard goes to that island where he had come for the first time, with Paddy. Here he starts missing his childhood by seeing the things of his childhood. Here his son stands near a tree and plucks the poisonous berry from it and keeps it in his boat. When the family boards their boat to return, the rudder falls from his hand, due to which his boat starts moving forward, and he calls out for the Result, and comes back after collecting the Result and starts chasing the boat. But a sharp force starts following Richard. Now to save Richard from Sharp, Emmeline hits the second oar on Sharp, due to which Sharp goes away from here, and Richard climbs on the boat, but now they had nothing left to control the boat, so the boat starts going towards the depths of the sea. Now their boat has been moving in the sea for a long time, and they start feeling hungry, due to which their child eats that poisonous berry, which Emmeline sees, and she feels that her child will die in a short time. So now the Result is decided, that both of them will also give up their lives by eating this berry. So both of them eat the berry and become unconscious. Actually, this berry was not so poisonous that it could kill anyone, so all three of them fall unconscious. Now seeing their board floating in the sea, the father of the Result sees it and comes to him. He asks his men to check these three. When they check it, they find out that all three are unconscious and still alive. So they are saved. With this, the movie ends. Friends, if you liked the video, then please like it and also subscribe to the channel. I will meet you in the next video.